Hello, just Jem here and welcome, or indeed welcome back to my channel. I don't have my contact lenses in again today, mainly because I finished my last box, and though I know I have 2 more boxes, I don't know where they are at this moment in time, so I thought rather than hunt for them, I just won't put any in. I think I'm in focus. The other thing is it wasn't my plan to film today. As in, how do I explain? I knew I wanted to film, but I was going to film later. Basically, it's early in the morning. It's very early in the morning. And I woke up and I was thinking about my Pat McGrath collection, basically, and what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to get rid of. I've already sold Motherships 9 and 11. I'm keeping 10 because I really like that Moonlit Seduction. I think that's beautiful, and it's not pinky pink like all the other palettes around that time, so I'm keeping that one. And I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to keep Bronze Seduction, which is here. I'm not going to do like a full-on tutorial about it. I'm just going to be whacking on some shades, seeing how it performs and deciding if it's one I want to keep. This is actually one that was pre-loved even when I got it, so if I do decide to declutter it, it's probably going to be B for bin rather than try and sell it or give it away, because yeah, I bought it secondhand myself. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 separate looks to try and, or if I'm just going to just whack everything on. I don't know, I'll see how I feel. And then I thought it would also be quite nice to catch up, because I feel like I've been very sporadic with my uploads lately, so I just thought it'd be quite nice to come on and have a bit of a chat. And I'm probably going to start with this one here. My uploads have been a bit sporadic, and it's mainly because work has just been sort of so intense that I kind of switch off, or I log off at the end of the day, and by the time I've maybe had some dinner and I've relaxed, I just don't want to film. And I don't want YouTube to become a chore. Like, I do this because I enjoy it, so I don't want to kind of force myself to do it if I'm like knackered at the end of a day, just to stay like consistent. It's not an income stream for me. It's not my day job. I have a day job. My day job is wearing me out. So I don't want it to be something I force myself to do and then it's not enjoyable anymore. And I had hoped that I could be particularly consistent now, because obviously it's pretty much around 1 year since I started YouTube. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, maybe tonight actually, because it is early in the morning. So if I do put this up tonight, then I'll be revealing who won the giveaway tomorrow, so there's still time to enter. I'll put a link to the video with the giveaway down below. So I did a giveaway to celebrate a year, and I guess I thought I'd be a bit more consistent around now, and I'd have cracked the code, but there, you know, lives, and that's fine. And I don't want to get to a point, I want to preempt any potential burnout, basically. I don't want to keep pushing and burn myself out. And I'm at a point now as well where I'm trying to remind myself that when certain things stress me out at work, they shouldn't. Like, it's not that deep. I just get annoyed more than anything. It's not like I get stressed out, I just get kind of annoyed with people. Well, I kind of do. Okay, this is quite nice. So I'm having to squint here because, you know, no contact lenses, but this is quite a nice wash of colour that I've just put down. So let's go a little bit deeper. So we're going to go in with this shade here now, this brown, deepen things up a bit. I think my intention here is basically to put as many shades as I can on my lid, because I just want to see what I think of this palette, like refresh my memory, so to speak, because it has been a while since I dug out Bronze Seduction. And to be honest, Bronze Seduction is one of those palettes that I wanted for the longest, and I just felt like I could not justify the price point. I thought it was ridiculous. I think Pat McGrath had kind of been on my radar when Decadence came out, but that just intimidated me, being like an all shimmer palette. So as pretty as I thought that was never something I was going to pick up, I don't think. And then Bronze Seduction came out, and for some reason I thought, ooh, that's beautiful. And I remember I was living in Toronto at the time, and there was a Sephora that I used to go to, and I would always go and swatch the Blitz Astral shades in that Sephora, and basically covet this palette. I wanted this palette, and I was like, I just can't. And it took me ages, because even when it was on sale, I don't know, I was always reluctant. My first Pat McGrath palette was actually a bundle of Mothership 7 and 8, but I wasn't actually that interested in 7, so I remember selling 7 on, and I just kept 8. And I'm debating, 8's one of the ones that's lightly used, like this one's Bassett, but 8 is lightly used, and I'm debating whether or not I want to keep that or sell that one on. And with 8, I've got the box and everything. People, when you do sell makeup on, they like to have the box, which is handy because generally I keep all my boxes, but because I bought this one pre-loved, it didn't have a box. Another reason why I'd probably just bin it if I decided I didn't want to keep it. Okay, so that's quite nice. That's added some depth there. I think I am basically going to throw the kitchen sink at this, because I'm going to go into the deepest shade in here now, and I've gone down in brush size incrementally. So I started off with a Zoeva 227, which is a bit like a Refa 15 or Refa number 1. Then I went in with a Refa 14, and now I've picked up my Refa 13, and I'm going into that plummy shade. I've bought other palettes, like I've got 6 pans, like my very first, I've just gone into the wrong shade there. I think I mentioned it, it's in one of my palettes I'd never declutter, which I might also link down below, but La Vie en Rose, bought that on sale, that's beautiful. I still stand by that, as much as I'm decluttering other Pat McGrath stuff, and I won't be buying Pat McGrath in the future. So if you are new here, the reason I'm going through this whole Pat McGrath thing is because they blocked me in IG, and I did say I was going to like let it lie now, but it's mainly because I'm trying to decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep, and I just wanted to chatty. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, basically, that's what I'm doing. So La Vie en Rose I'm keeping. There's a Bridgerton, the first Bridgerton palette that was gifted to me, I'm keeping that. Star Wars Dark Galaxy, I'm keeping that. That was limited edition. I really like that kind of story, and it pairs well with La Vie en Rose. And the other 6 pan one I've got is, it's in the red packaging. I might put pictures of all of these up so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Golden Opulence, I want to say. It was like a Lunar New Year one. That was a limited edition. Bought that, I think 50% off. I probably will keep that. It's quite a nice little neutral travel palette. I'm still trying to decide which of my holiday palettes I'm going to keep. Probably all of them, to be fair, because of the limited editionness. I sold a Blitz Astral Quad that I hadn't touched. I bought that on a whim because there was a price glitch on Cult Beauty not that long ago. So I bought that then, hadn't touched it since. That went straight on eBay. And I've listed 2 quints that I haven't used, but there's 1 quint, like a bluey one from the Bijou Brilliance collection. I'm keeping that. Should we start putting some shimmers on? This red here, I remember this is one of the shades I would repeatedly go in and swatch. So there it is. Should I turn that down or off? I don't know if you can, that's probably too much. So that's the red shade, and I don't know what the shade names are because I don't have the little card, but it's the red shade. And then I remember I've pulled this out because when I grabbed this off the shelf I thought about it, but this is the Jackie Aina ABH palette, and there's a shade in here called Wigglese, and I think I've done this comparison before, but I thought I'd do it now because, you know, if I'm hanging on to Bronze Seduction for the red, you know, I think Wigglese is they're kind of related colour stories, aren't they? I hope you can see that and it's not blurry for you guys. They're not too dissimilar. I'm kind of leaning towards just binning this, you know. Is that really bad that I'm going to bin a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette? But yeah, I remember going into that Sephora in Toronto and swatching these Bliss Astral shades, and I was always really drawn to that red. I don't know why, I just was. Alright, so let's see which Blitz Astrals I want to whack on my eyeballs today. Oh, that pink's nice. Ooh. Okay, suddenly I'm thinking maybe I'll keep this. This is why you want those Pat McGrath shades, isn't it? Oh, good lord. This one is kind of giving me mermaid scale vibes. This one right here. Oh, that's pretty. I might have to put 3 of these on, or let me just swatch the more muted shimmers. Okay, that one's pants. Or maybe it's just the tone is too close to my skin tone because you can't really see it. I don't actually do red eyeshadow that much. Let's put the red on. Do I use a NYX glitter primer? Yeah, why the hell not? Let's be seen from space with the Blitz Astral quads. I've changed my battery, I've got my NYX glitter primer on, and I'm going to try and be a little bit less rambly, but be patient with me, it's very early in the morning. I haven't even had coffee yet. Should we see what it's like when I use my finger? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? I think Pat's more inclined to use a finger as well. Pat McGrath is clearly not as involved in the brand as she once was. I think she still sort of signs everything off, but I don't know that she's there from like initial design type thing. And someone commented the same thing like literally yesterday or the day before, possibly even today, because time is an odd concept to me at the moment. And now that she's going to be the creative director at Louis Vuitton, I don't think she's got the time to also be doing the same at her own brand. So I don't know what that means for Pat McGrath in the long run. I was watching Critical Beauty, I want to say it's 411, and she was talking about, one video was talking about whether she was going to get the latest mothership, and then the other one was this whole hoo-ha about Blitz Astral quads in the, well no, Blitz Astral shades in the form of a quad in the palette, so whether or not they're coming or going. And there was a lot of back and forth, and someone was saying that they're reformulating the palettes and the Blitz Astrals are all going to go and there will be no more, but she rebought this palette, which is another thing, another reason basically that inspired me to dig this out and have a play and see what I think now. But she rebought it because it was relaunched on Sephora, and people were saying that they'd got rid of the baked formula, but it turns out they haven't. It's exactly the same. And I really like the eye look she did, so I was just curious. This is terrible application, guys, I apologise. I kind of want the mermaidy shade. The mermaidy shade is this one here. It's a bit dry. That's nice though. Yeah, maybe I will keep this, guys. Maybe I will. You'd probably want to do your eyes first, but that's nice, guys. I mean, for nostalgic purposes as well, while I'm not going to buy any more Pat McGrath, I'm obviously going to make sure to use what I do have. It's money I've spent, so whatever I've kept, whatever I keep, I am going to use. There is some pretty serious fallout. Probably should have used a brush for some description for this, so that the application was neater. It's kind of gone everywhere. Oops, maybe I can sharpen things up now a little bit. Thinking about the future uploads, I think I'll try and get this up this evening. So this is Wednesday. So it's not a normal upload day for me. And then I think I'll do an upload on Friday so that I do stick to having 3 videos this week, just because I've been very light on the videos lately. And then this is messy as all hell. I should have been more careful with this, but I wasn't expecting it to kind of just go everywhere. It's hard to control this shade, as pretty as it is. And then, as I say, yeah, so I'll try and do an upload on Friday. So maybe I will film later on, or tomorrow, or Friday morning. And then it's Easter weekend, and I've got 4 days off back to back. So I'm hoping I can use that to chill, but also catch up on some filming and get back on track so I can go back to Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I might just put a little bit of this on, which appears gold-ish right on the inside. Now this is also going to be a major fallout shade. Gosh, I don't remember. I mean, it has been a while since I've pulled this out, don't get me wrong, but I just don't remember it being so, like, fallouty, you know, for want of a better phrase. It's not polished, guys, it really isn't. I've got glitter absolutely everywhere, but it is pretty. So I think I'm going to have to keep this just so I can practice being a bit neater, see if I can finesse that a little bit. But there is something about, they'd be idiots to get, well, I think they have got rid of their Blitz Astrals, haven't they? Because the last few, I think Utopian Dream was the last one to have 4, and then they went down to 3, and then just none. I think that's, or maybe Utopian Dream had 3. I don't know, but they've been dwindling, and the latest ones haven't. So maybe it's a good thing I'm not interested anymore, because they've got rid of one of the unique things about, like, Pat McGrath. I mean, unique in mainstream terms, you can probably find indie brands that are going to give you this kind of intensity, but that's kind of the whole point. I think Pat McGrath was the only one doing what she was doing at the time. So I'm going to tidy this up a little bit, and I'm kind of going to come back, and this has been very rambly and all over the place, guys, but as I say, it wasn't necessarily my intention to film this, but I just thought I would, just to sort of check in. But yeah, let me tidy this up, and I'll be back momentarily. I've zoomed you in so you can see the finished look. And I can tell I'm not blurry, I can see myself, so this isn't focused. So this is what we're working with. It's come together actually. It was looking a bit messy, and I did wonder how it was going to end up looking at the end, but it has come together, and I love that. I called it the mermaid shade, the one in the middle. I just think that's beautiful. So for that alone, I think I'm going to keep the palette. Yeah, I do like that. You'll have to let me know what you think of this look. I quite like it, and it's different to anything I've done recently. I think I've been leaning heavily into blue, purple, green, heavily. One could argue that there is some tones of green in here, but we'll gloss over that. But yeah, here we go. I'm kind of glad I've done this. I don't know if I'll edit this and it will see the light of day. I was umming and ahhing over this, and I just thought, let me do a look with it, and I thought I might as well film it so that you guys can see as well. I did make a comment in my Odin's Eye video, which is also the competition / giveaway video, so go and watch that before tomorrow, about how some shadows hadn't aged well, but I'm wondering if I just needed to kind of break through that top layer, because now I've swatched these again, these are spectacular, but when I swatched them the other day, I don't know if they'd almost settled, because they did not look like this, they didn't. So I retract that, because I know a few of you asked me in the comments and I told you it was Pat McGrath, but now I've gone back, I take it back. Or was it this palette? No, they definitely didn't look like that, because I'm in awe now. And that's the frustrating thing. I think Pat McGrath in her heyday was knocking it out of the park. She's clearly not involved with the brand anymore, it's all gone sideways. I don't know what to say. So while I won't be buying anything more, I don't think I'll shy away from using her stuff on my channel, because I have bought it, and I bought it for a reason. I do quite like it. I've even gone in with Paradise Venus, which is my sort of go-to everyday blush, so I've gone in with that today. And I did also use my Dark Star mascara because I thought if I'm using Pat McGrath shit, let me just reach for that too. I was going to pull out a highlighter and I thought let's not go too far. I'm going to keep that, guys. I'm going to keep it. It's the first mothership I really wanted, to be fair, and that mermaid shade swayed me, I'm not gonna lie, it really did, as did the pink one did as well, to be fair. I haven't put that on my eyelid today, but that pink one, that's also very pretty. Those two alone have sold me. I'm no longer as enamoured with that red. I don't know why the red attracted me so much. It's the other 4 Blitz Astral shades in there that are the stars of the show. The red is just along for the ride, to be honest. If this is coherent, this will go up tonight, which is Wednesday. I'm planning on have something up on Friday. New makeup is going to be Sunday. Then hopefully resuming normal uploading schedule from next week onwards. However, there is going to be an anomaly because I will be uploading on a Monday. All will be revealed on that Monday. Apologies if that was a bit all over the place. I'm slightly rusty. It has actually been a while now since I've filmed. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch, and hopefully I'll see you again in a video in a not too distant future. Take care. Bye. I'll just wait, shall I? Maybe check my phone, see if I've got any emails, any messages. I've already got rid of Mothership Friday. New makeup is going to be Sunday.